Drafting with Numot, Modern Masters 2017, number 2. Another day, another drafting with Numot. Again, another Modern Masters 2017 draft. I was gone over the weekend, went to GP Orlando, which was either Revolt Kaladesh sealed, where I managed to go 11-4, but just out of the cash at like 84th place or something. A bunch of 11-4s didn't cash, and my breakers were poor enough that I was one of the unfortunate ones. But 11-4 gets me 2 pro points, but it also means I fell behind on the trophy board. So, got some catching up to do on the Modern Masters trophies, and let's join another draft, friends, shall we? Alrighty, here we go. The draft is fired, and unfortunately for us, our rare is not one I would say you particularly want to open, but one that can do some fun things. Definitely not taking Zur the Enchanter here. We have, some other great pickups. Compulsive Research, Soul Ransom, Pilgrim, Call of the Conclave, Sylvan Ranger, Magma Jet. I am a huge fan of blue in this format, and so I think the Compulsive Research and Soul Ransom are my top 2 choices here. But I can definitely see taking some of those green cards as well. Pilgrim is great for like the tokens deck. Sylvan Ranger just goes into any base green deck and lets you splash all the other colors and whatnot. But I think I'm gonna take one of these blue cards here, and I'll just take the Compulsive as it keeps us more open. All right, well, I got past a Lingering Souls, which is one of the best uncommons in the format, if not the best. I can't think of anything that is too much better than a Lingering Souls here, so I'm going to happily take that. We are passing, again, a lot of nice cards. Banishing Stroke, Is It Charm, Moroi, Augur Spree, Oracle, Eyes, Grisly Spectacle, Thunderous Wrath. This pack, very, very good. A little bit sad to be passing the Moroi, but again, Lingering Souls, one of the top uncommons, and certainly one I'm not going to pass here. Okay, so I'm going to be moving into the green-white tokens archetype. We have a lot of nice ones that go into that. Call of the Conclave, Wayfaring Temple, Vital Splicer. I think the Vital Splicer is going to be a better pickup overall than the Wayfaring Temple. Now remember, I do have a Lingering Souls, so I do want to have some number of black cards as well. I mean, I could always go Abzan or something, but here I'm going to take the Vital Splicer and see where this leads me. Okay, Avacyn's Pilgrim, a pretty nice one, although I do think Tower Gargoyle is the best pickup. In fact, why not just run Esper? I could happily be Esper here, take the Tower Gargoyle, and it goes right online with my Compulsive Research and Lingering Souls. I do think that card is better than Avacyn's Pilgrim for sure. Other fine picks, you got a few Guild Gates over here, and some fine creatures, but we'll take the Tower Gargoyle. Again, passing the Soul Ransom, passing the Moroi. Maybe a little bit awkward for blue-black signaling purposes, but I think this is a very, very good start to a draft, even if I took that Vital Splicer and just end up sideboarding it. Okay, Demir's Signet, Azorius Guildgate, Gideon's Lawkeeper, all very, very good pickups. I think I like taking the Guildgate here as it allows me to play a Gargoyle on turn 3, and it is good fixing as well. If this was just a single color, like say the Simic Signet, I'd probably take the Guildgate here, but because it is double on color currently, I think it's just a very, very easy pickup. Battle Mage, a good card. Magma Jet's still here as well, but Signet's going to be the easy choice. Just as what is going to be the easy choice here? Maybe not an easy choice. Ghostly Flicker, potentially. This is nice if I end up getting Mist Ravens or other splicers on color here. Soul Warden, also not terrible, but I think I'd rather take the Flicker and see where that leads us. And it leads us, wow, into a 7th pick, Dinrova Horror, which is basically the best common in the format. I am sad that I'm passing Guildgate, Slave Driver, Hookmaster, even the Corpse Connoisseur, but getting this Dinrova Horror 7th pick is a huge signal, and I'm happily just going to take it. I'm not going to take another 6-drop to follow that up because hopefully we can fill it up with more horrors, but I do like a Deputy of Acquittals here. The one good target it currently has is the Dinrova, but in a pinch it's a 2/2 flash and you can save some creatures with it. I'm going to take that over the Slave Driver. And wield the Soul Ransom. I like that a lot. Actually, I wield the Pilgrim and the eyes in this guy's too. Okay, that's kind of crazy because I think Soul Ransom, Pilgrim were some of the best cards out of my opening pack, and wielding both of them is kind of crazy. This deck already looks great. Oh god, and wielding a Grizzly Spectacle. Our dreams are coming true here. Augur Spree also in the pack, as well as a Coiling Oracle. 3 very solid cards in my opinion, but we'll happily take this back. Not the biggest fan of Crippling Chill, nor of Attended Knight, but I think Attended Knight is probably going to be a better pickup here than the Chill, although I'm going to move it directly to the sideboard. Talon Trooper here over Cower in Fear, very happily, on color. Just a fine filler creature, 2/3 flyer for 3. I think we're going to take the Gnawing Zombie here over the Cower. I don't mind starting a main deck Cower. I really like it as a sideboard card, but I think we'll get some later, so we'll just take the other cards for now. Soul Warden, not a bad card. Not one I particularly love to main deck, but one that you certainly can. Oh, baby! And a last pick Guildgate? Oh, this deck is just building itself. Wow. That is insane. We are just going to have a very good Esper deck. I had a great Esper deck in this format earlier last week where I had Gifts Ungiven, Herbis Protector, Unburial Rites, Restoration Angel, and like Entomber Exarch, so you could just Gifts for any package of 4 and, you know, Gravedigg one of them back, or Unburial Rites one of them back, etc., etc. Woo, lordy! Well, I've never had 2 Lingering Souls in this format, and very rarely do you even get 1, so this is quite insane. We are passing some good ones, of course. Soul Manipulation and Agony Warp, 2 of my favorite blue-black instant speed spells, but man alive, double Lingering Souls here is gross, and we're just going to jam that up into what appears to be a Seal of Doom. A lot of good cards here again. And while I think Noble is a very strong creature, I'm going to take the Seal of Doom. Grizzly Spectacle, another fine choice. Azorius Guildgate, we can hope wheels, but unlikely. Happily take the Seal. And yeah, I'm thrilled with the way this deck is shaping up. I really need to prioritize fixing over lower quality cards, though, just to make sure that we're able to cast everything. All right, another Soul Ransom here. This wheeled last time. I'm not gonna predict that it wheels again. I'm just gonna take it here over like the Augur of Bolas, which actually has a decent number of hits already, but the Soul Ransom just much higher quality. Okay, this pack is not so amazing for us. I'm really looking for that early game to shore things up. Ranger of Eos could be okay if I pick up Gideon's Lawkeeper, and I do have that Soul Warden in my sideboard right now. Not really looking at a second Deputy of Acquittals. Eyes in the Skies, not really for this deck either. I think we'll take the Ranger because it just has the most upside potential, but probably not going to start it. Alright, another good pack here. Grasp of Phantoms. You know, Lone Missionary might not be terrible in my deck as just a way to buy time, and 4 life is big, but we're going to take the Jailbreaker over it. Although if this wheels, I'm probably going to end up playing it. In fact, maybe I do get this Attended Knight and Soul Warden in the deck. We'll see. I'm much more likely to run the Attended Knight than the Warden, but again, if we end up picking any number of other 1-drops that we want to play, then the Ranger of Eos has some value. Pick 6 here in the second pack gives us the options of Sensor Splicer, not terrible. Rewind, not bad. Either Toe, okay. Another Knight, no. And then some other fine cards in other colors. Spectre, Slaughterhorn. I'll go ahead and take the Splicer here. It's fine with the Flicker, it's fine with the Deputy. It's pretty filler, but don't have anything at the 5 right now anyways, so just going to take it. And then pick up a Tandem Lookout here. Yeah, Tandem's not bad. I have a lot of flyers already. Double Lingering Souls, Talon Trooper, Tower Gargoyle. Certainly better than taking Rootborn Defenses. I guess I'm just looking for more Signets in the last pack. I probably wouldn't mind picking up an Intangible Virtue at this point either, with the double lingering and the Sensor Splicer. We have a decent number of tokens that we can get value with. And 1/1 flyers versus 2/2 flyers. Well, that is a very large difference. Alrighty. Gideon's Lawkeeper, not a bad one. Of course, Skyfisher also fine, but the Lawkeeper is going to buy us some time, and one of the targets I was talking about for Ranger of Eos, so let's bring that in. Well, wheel the Grafdigger's Cage, which is probably worth a ticket or two, but nah, I don't think I want it. Probably should just take a Tended Knight here, or even the Bone Splinters. With the double Lingering Souls, the Bone Splinters is quite good. Or at least better. Alright, perfect. We did, in fact, wheel the Azorius Guildgate, which I'm going to take over the Talon Trooper. Definitely need more fixing, and more Guildgates, better for the Jailbreaker, so easy. Alright, last few picks here, not too amazing. A lot of playables, and we haven't even started the third pack, so we're going to be looking in good shape as I pick up another Deputy of Acquittals. Very late Penumbra Spider. Dregscape Zombie, maybe. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Mist Ravens. Where are my Mist Ravens at? How's my removal package? Lawkeeper, Double Ransom, Spectacle, Seal of Doom. Alright, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Maybe I open a Tarmogoyf. You never know. Or Liliana. Both of those are big monies. But, I mean, I would be perfectly happy just getting a Dinrova Horror. Can you imagine picking up a third Lingering Souls? That would be pretty funny. Okay. Third pack. Our rare is not very good for us. The Summoning Trap. We do have an Abyssal Spectre, a Dimir Signet, a Noble, Momentary Blink, and an Orzhov Guildgate. I do like all of these choices that I just named. Oh, Abyssal Spectre does a ton of work, but man, I really want to take the Signet here. Yeah, I really like taking the Signet here just for some extra fixing and whatnot. I think I'm going to take that over the Spectre. And maybe wheel the Guildgate or the Momentary Blink. Get past some goodies, hopefully. Ooh, Arachnus Spinner is indeed a goodie, but not one I can take or play. Our options here are Seagate Oracle, Spire Monitor. And I think we'll take the Spire Monitor. Another nice one to have on 5. Eats a lot of creatures because of the flash. Seagate Oracle is strictly value, but I think Spire Monitor is going to be the better pickup here. And happily jam this Mistraven. Passing some more fixing, a card draw, even a Sin Collector, but Mistraven's just one of the best commons. And I already have, what, 2 Deputy of Acquittals, and that Ghostly Flicker to combo with it. Alright, looking good so far. I'm not going to be too greedy, but if I can get one more Dinrova Horror just to shore up the deck, well, then I think we are going to pretty easily 3-0. Pretty easily, he says. Holy guacamole, we have some lovely picks here. Evil Twin, Master Splicer, Serum Visions, Agony Warp. Wow. That is an amazing pack, and I think we just take the Evil Twin here. This card does some crazy work. Yeah, and I think it's just one of the best blue-black cards for sure. I really hate passing these 3 cards, but this is a pseudo-bomb, so gotta have to take it here. Ugh, nothing good in this pack. Rootborn Defenses could be cute with the double Lingering Souls, I guess. I don't need a second Flicker, and Pilfered Plans is just medium anyway. Although Pilfered Plans is good with the Lingering Souls, truth be told. Yeah. I think Rootborn Defenses might be a better choice. Might not actually play it, but who knows. Wow, there it is. There's that last Dinrova horror that we were talking about. Gotta pass an Azorius Signet here, but I think taking the Dinrova is just way too good. Awesome. Alright, this deck turned out real nice. Gonna look for one cut though, and it might just be the Gnawing Zombie, although this card does some overtime work. Oh, mama. Dimir Guildgate, Agony Warp, Crumbling Necropolis. I guess the Dimir Guildgate's basically the same thing as Crumbling Necropolis, although we do have the Jailbreaker, so taking the Guildgate is probably better. I hate passing Agony Warp. I don't have any of them right now, and I think that card is excellent, but the fixing is just too important at this point. Alright, Wall of Frost. I'm not going to take the Toe. Lone Missionary. All fine choices. Shimmering Grotto, not exactly a good card. What's the most likely thing I bring in? Probably the Wall of Frost. Perfect. I'm going to take the Orzhov Guildgate here over the Falconwrath Noble. I'm already glutted on 4s, and again, fixing is just key at this point. As I guess I pick up another Soul Warden. Still looking to find one card to cut. It's probably just one Deputy of Acquittals. You might look at our creature count and think it's low, but you have to remember that I have the double Lingering Souls to act as creatures as well. Let's take a look at our color split. Pretty even. Looks like blue-black's a little bit heavier than any of the others. But we do have 2 Signets and 4 Gates, so I think this should be a pretty easy 3-color deck. I guess that last pack really shored things up. I still just can't believe we got 2 Lingering Souls. This card is so good. We're going to pick, what, 11 here? So probably not going to see too much else. There might have been another Guildgate or 2 that I can wheel. That would be excellent. But even if not, Pilfered Plans. Okay, Pilfered Plans, actually. Is that better than Ghostly Flicker in my deck? It might be. Ghostly Flicker has the 2 Dinrova, the Sensor Splicer, and the Mist Raven. I guess Evil Twin as well. I'll take it instead of Night Terrors, I suppose. Whew, baby, what a pack. Wow, Alchemy. Another card that I would like to run. Oh, I want to find room for this Alchemy if I can. Okay, last few picks here, nothing great. Yeah, let's find room for this Alchemy. It might be the Ghostly Flicker. It might just be that Ghostly Flicker. Pretty decent creature curve, actually. I think the Alchemy is just going to be better. It digs us to our important cards or our removal plus value with Lingering Souls. So let's do that. We'll put in the 4 gates. Sort by color. These are all blue-black. Those are blue-white. It's all 3 colors. And so we're probably going to need a few more white lands than the rest since we have double Dimir Guildgate and double Dimir Signet. They want me to go 4, 5, 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That gives me 9 black sources. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue sources. 4, 5, 6. 6 white sources. Okay. So we probably go lower on the blue and heavier on the white. 5, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Hopefully 7 white sources is enough for the Lingering Souls. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 9 blue, 9 black, 7 white. Yeah, maybe I cut one of the swamps or the islands for an additional plains. That's probably correct. It's pretty even on both. Let's cut maybe an island. No, swamp. Swamp I don't really need until like what, turn 4 at the earliest? Yeah, let's do that. Let's cut a swamp and add another plains. We'd really like to have our Lingering Souls on turn 3. Alright, so let's save this and go to the first round. Stay tuned. Here we are for round 1 with our Esper Lingering Souls deck. We are on the draw and we have a lovely hand. A little bit heavy on mana sources, but that's okay. We have plenty of things to do with that mana, should we draw into them. Turn 2 Signet, turn 3 Lingering Souls, pretty darn good. Opponent currently on a mulligan to 6. Alright, looks like they're scrying, and they're going to keep their 6. Let's see what they lead with. Hopefully, nothing too scary. A forest. That is fine. Alright, Dimir Guildgate. If I'm going to draw a land, I don't mind drawing a Guildgate there, but preferably wouldn't be drawing too much more. Ooh, Burning Tree Emissary into a Scavenging Ooze. That's actually really good versus me. Because now I have to Lingering Souls while they don't have any green open. So I don't want to actually Lingering Souls this next turn. In fact, we're probably just going to Evil Twin their Scavenging. Wow, we are just getting browned. Okay, that was a really solid draw. Turns out a 4/4 does a pretty good job at stopping all of the creatures the opponent has. If they have a Terminate, a Putrefy, a Ground Assault, we're going to be taking 7 damage. Actually, potentially 8 damage if they can also eat my Tower Gargoyle in the process. No whammies, please. They had a Bone Splinters sacrificing their Mog Flunky. Okay. Well, as far as removal is concerned, that wasn't that bad for me. Oh, but they have a Madcap skills too? So I am taking 8 damage here. Wow. Alright, well, opponent's going ham, but they are currently Hellbent. So if I'm able to stabilize here, we will be in good shape. And Lingering Souls with Flashback presumably does a pretty good job of that. That's a brutal start from the opponent. Very fast. Alright. I want to see a Dinrova Horror off the top. Happily going to double block the Burning Tree Emissary. And then I think putting 1 in front of the Scavenging Ooze is correct. Preserve my life total. Beautiful. Alright. Got rid of their Burning Tree. And they just main phased. Okay. Now we're going to Evil Twin their Scavenging Ooze. Play a Guildgate. And pass. We're going to save the Spirit to chump block the Ooze. So if they don't draw a removal spell this turn, then we're going to be able to wipe their board and start stabilizing. Alright, Scavenging Ooze eat their flunkies. Attack for 5. Worst case scenario, they drew like a Gore Clan Rampager to kill me with Trample, but looks like that is not the case. As they Molten Rain my Guildgate. That's pretty rude. Alright, let's just do this now. They are on 0 cards. Hopefully we can stabilize here at 6. End of turn Alchemy. I'm not sure why I didn't kill my only red source. Ooh, that's really good. Oh, and they scooped! Alright. So it turns out if I can just survive their initial onslaught, my opponent will scoop to me. I'm going to bring in this Wall of Frost. That seems good. What am I taking out? Maybe one of the Soul Ransoms? That seems fine. Could also bring in Soul Warden. Yeah, but that's not really good enough. Attended Knights, probably not a bad choice. I think our deck's just very good versus most decks, though, so we'll take out the Soul Ransom for the Wall of Frost and then run it like that. And I hope to get there in this game, where we are going to happily keep this hand. Another turn 3 Lingering Souls or Wall of Frost, should I want to. Oh no, Inquisition! Alright, well I guess they take my Wall of Frost then. Doesn't seem like they would want to take the Lingering Souls there. Brutal. It does mean they can't cast their Burning Tree, Tree Emissary, though. Not leading on Swamp. Or rather, not leading on Mountain or Forest. But they got some Goblins. Alrighty. Yeah, we're just going to have to sit back here for a few turns. The natural. They've got it. Opponent on no fixing, but getting me. Ooh, a Vampire Aristocrat. Alright. Well, we can Grizzly Spectacle that in a pinch. If they attack with their Goblins, I think I'm pretty happy just trading them off with my Spirits. In fact, I think I'm just very, very happy trading them off with my Spirits. But yeah, we're going to have to Grizzly Spectacle the Aristocrat. Alright, let's do some trading. Fall down to 16. Follow up Tattermunge Witch. Okay, that's interesting. Tattermunge Witch makes it a lot more awkward for me. You know what? I'm going to go with Signet into Lingering Souls here. This also plays around the opponent drawing their Scavenging Ooze and being able to eat my souls. This also sets us up for a Dinrova Horror if we can draw it next turn. Alrighty. So if they attack with the Witch, I'll happily block it. We'll be taking some trample damage here, though. If they just attack with the Aristocrat, I'm not going to. Alright, I'll happily take 2. Or 4, or however much, if the opponent wants to sack something. Another Aristocrat! Ugh. That's not good news for me. Man, Evil Twin on Vampire Aristocrat now is pretty darn tempting, though. Ugh. Okay, let's do it. We have 2 tokens that we can sacrifice of our own anyways. Then next turn we can Compulsive and Grizzly, or we can use our Evil Twin and Grizzly. A little bit behind, though. Hoping to stabilize. And we'll just pass the turn. Opponent on 1 card left currently. Oh, that Aristocrat with Tattermunge Witch, though, is going to be real problematic. Oh, wow, they're just going to send in the team. Okay. Alright, well, let's make the blocks. The obvious blocks. Okay, they activate the Witch once. I think I'm actually supposed to sack one of my spirits to my Aristocrat. Although this isn't actually that bad to me. Never mind. If we just pass priority here, we end up taking, let's see, 1, 2... Oh, they're going to make it easy for me. Right. Well, in that case, we will sack along with them. Okay. This is still good for us. If they don't have another trick here. Oh wow, they're just going to go all in. Alright, fair enough. So I'm going to take 3 trample damage. But other than that, we clear the board. Now I get to Compulsive. Discard a land. And I guess we're actually going to Lawkeeper plus Lingering Souls here, since they have nothing left. Seems great. Seems good. And they just scoop. All right. Well, turns out drawing 2 Lingering Souls is pretty darn good, and that card is obviously absurd. Quick 2-0. Let's queue up for the second round. Our second match with our Esper double Lingering Souls deck. We are on the draw, and I'm going to keep this hand very happily. Any land lets us cast Lingering Souls on turn 2. We already have a Deputy of Acquittals that we can play out for some random bear beats if necessary, and our top end game is insane here. Just looking to draw lands, really. Swamp or black land of any type would be good. Opponent's on double plains. Okay, and Orzhov's Signet. Ooh, that's also a great draw. Dimir Signet it is. Core Hookmaster empty is an interesting line from the opponent. They must be hurting for some spells. I'm just going to run out the Lingering Souls and kind of just laugh. Maybe they have another? Oh, sure. This is not an issue. In fact, I would not be surprised if I just jam my Evil Twin here and they scoop to it. Because if they don't have another way to... or if they don't have a removal spell for my Hookmaster, then I just get to start eating their creatures. I guess they could have a third Hookmaster. What is this game? Hooking for days. Alright. I'm just going to play the Tower Gargoyle pass. I will double block one of their Hookmasters if they find a way to deal with my Tower Gargoyle here. This is kind of funny. Alright, Vampire Aristocrat from the opponent. That's actually really scary. That's actually terrifying. But luckily we have a lot of chumpers. So I think we are just going to play the Trooper, attack for 4. And I actually want to main phase kill one of the Hookmasters so that they don't get the buff on their turn. Yep. And looking pretty darn good here. Man, if I hit an untapped land next turn to Denrova Horror their Signet after they've been stuck like this, it is going to be a very quick one. Not that it isn't already a very quick one. I mean, I can flash back the Lingering Souls in my graveyard here. I have so much power in the air as well. God, this deck is awesome. This deck is supreme. Okay, well, looks like the opponent has more stuff to do here. What's it gonna be? A 4th Hookmaster? Holy moly, alright. I wonder if they tap down my Talon Trooper and try to get aggro. 4 Hookmasters. Well, makes a lot of sense why they ran out the first one now. Alright, they are gonna get aggro. So, we'll just chump the Aristocrat, take 4, go to 12. Soul Ransom not so good here. I'm just going to bash in for 5 again. Put him on a quick air clock. Flashback our Lingering Souls. Kill another one main phase. Okay, there's a red source. Hopefully I'm not playing this overly aggressive. Attacking with my flyers, it may be a little bit loose. I'm still at a pretty healthy 12, though. And I have 9 points of damage on the board in the air currently. This still looks pretty good for us. I'm not sure what they could do here to blow me out. Like, they could even attack with everything here and then just play a follow-up creature. I'd be able to... I guess Soul Ransom wouldn't work because they could discard too, but... We'll see. We will see what they do. Sky Knight Legionnaire, alright. Bash with everything? What? I mean, I don't even have to block this, right? I just have them dead on board, but I might as well. Can they potentially have something for 1 white mana here? This is lethal. I don't think there's anything in the format that they can do with 1 white mana to blow me out. I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case, yeah. And so we'll just scoop it up. So they're going to be the red, white, black sacrifice deck. We'll probably want to bring in that Wall of Frost again. Take out one of the Soul Ransoms. They're a little bit too slow. I think they're great, but in this particular matchup, too slow. And otherwise, pretty happy with the build. Maybe take out the Tandem Lookout, which is not the best at buying time, and bring in this Attended Knight. Attended Knight seems pretty good versus all the random 2/2s. First strike on it is good, and it produces a little soldier token that can block like the Vampire Aristocrat. So ship that. Let's go to game 2. Game 2 with our Esper Souls deck, and of course, well, we have the namesake in our hand. Pretty nice to always have that Lingering Souls in your hand, although this hand is going to play a turn 3 Tower Gargoyle as opposed to the Lingering Souls. Ooh, nice. Nice, nice. Now if I draw another untapped land the next 2 turns, I get to go Tower Gargoyle into Lingering Souls plus Flashback. Alright, there's that Aristocrat from the opponent. And yeah, I think we're just going to play out our big flyer here. Our big old fat flyer. There's a Hookmaster number 1 from the opponent. Sure, sure. Well, drawing that Signet means we're going to go like this instead. Play out the Lingering Souls. Play out our Guildgate. And then next turn we can Dinrova. I wonder if I'm supposed to Dinrova their Boros Guildgate to get rid of the red, plus it enters tapped on the way back down, which could be pretty nice. Here comes the Hookmaster Chain. Oh, they are going to tap down a Spirit this time, surprisingly. Not even going to block, just going to take 4. Follow-up play is a Thundersong Trumpeter, sure. I guess we actually want to tap that, bounce that down. Let's bounce their Trumpeter. They can sack in response if they don't want to discard a card. But I imagine they want their Trumpeter still. We'll see. Alright, and they discarded another Aristocrat. We'll play our Gideon's Lawkeeper. And just bash in for 4. I'm going to leave back one of the spirits just in case they remove or otherwise tap down my Dinrova. The spirit will chump the Aristocrat at this point. I mean, we're looking in great shape. They have 1 card in their hand. Our creatures are bigger and more evasive than theirs. We still have Lingering Souls in our graveyard and Attended Knight to actually do a ton of work on the board. Okay, no attacks, no plays. I like it. Let's see what we're working with here first. Get the old compulsive online. I guess I will discard a land. Move to combat. I actually don't mind attacking with the Dinrova here. Put them on a real quick clock. And I'm getting 4 blockers next, or this turn after combat. Oh, if they're double blocking, that's basically a signal of game over. Never mind then. Never mind. It's probably a little bit even greedy to run out the Lingering Souls here when they could have a Terminus. I could just leave up the Gideon's Lawkeeper tap and be perfectly fine. Seal of Doom, sure. Doesn't kill my Tower Gargoyle. Probably going to kill my Gideon's Lawkeeper, I imagine. Yep, and there it goes. Another Lingering Souls off the top for us. Trumpeter making it so that we cannot block. And that is just bash with everything, even though I'm throwing away a soldier token here. I'm just going to play out one Lingering Souls and pass. I don't even need to do much at this point. They would need a Bonfire or Terminus to really survive. And going to be another quick 2-0 victory here as this deck continues to sweep away the competition. Not surprising, as the deck is just insane, but let's go to the last round and see if we can just crush it 6-0. As customary for the third round, we have our Lingering Souls in our opening hand. We're on the draw, and gonna happily keep it. All three colors, Lingering Souls. Can't ask for much more. Alright, you could, but why would you? Just seems unnecessary. Good luck, have fun. Guildgate here for us. We could lose very quickly, though, if the opponent just goes like turn 2, Call of the Conclave, turn 3, populate it. I think the green-white decks are undervalued and generally very strong. Explore from the opponent, though, into an island, though. All right. So that's not so bad for us. And now I get to go next turn Lingering Souls and then Tower Gargoyle the turn after that. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all, my friends. What am I scared of? Like a Penumbra Spider? Penumbra Spider's pretty good versus us. Did you have to let it linger? Alright, we'll be taking 3. 5 mana. Thragtusk? Whew, lordy. Alright, well, we're on the train to Chumpsville. Thragtusk is going to be a very good Soul Ransom target. Damn, 28 life already. I'm going to attack with one of the spirits, but not both. This way, if the opponent gets rid of my Tower Gargoyle, I can chump the Thragtusk. I'm not going to be chumping the Centaur Healer anyways. Oh, they drew a miracle. Banishing Stroke. Temporal Mastery. Entreat the Angels? Oh, come on. Come on. Alright, well, turn 5 and the opponent has that board state. Okay. So that just happened. Oh no, I don't have double blue for the Mist Raven. Okay, I'm going to Forbidden Alchemy here, main phase. Find another... Oh, there's a Dinroba Horror, though. Alright, find a Dinroba Horror. Flashback our Lingering Souls. Just say go. No, do not have a Damnation opponent. I would love to have a Damnation, but alas, I do not. Alright, in comes the team. I'm going to eat their healer and do some old chump duties. What is this nonsense? 4 mana. They had an either toe. Oh. Sure. Seems good. Bounce this, block, go to 1. Alright, well, technically not dead. That's the best kind of not dead, I hear. Okay, they discard an Arachnus Web, which would have killed me, so I imagine we're just dead here still. Okay, block. Are we somehow not dead? There's like no way, right? 6 mana Herber's Protector, sure. Okay, well the opponent missed lethal, but unfortunately I cannot punish them. Entreat the Angels for 3 on turn 5. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. Wow. Alright, well the new game plan is don't get miracled. Do I have anything to bring? I don't have anything to bring in versus the Flyers. Wall of Frost seems like an okay sideboard option, though. You know, I mean, if they don't have a miracle there, the game should be pretty standard for us. I think we're just going to run it back and hope to fade the Entreat the Angels off the top. Our deck seems quite nice. And provided no shenanigans. Oof. Pretty sure we can't keep this hand. It's got all our manas, but 4-drop removal spell, 5-drop is not the route we want to go. I'm going to go ahead and ship it down to 6. And this hand's much better. Give this all a keep. Top the Lingering Souls naturally. Got a pretty good curve here if we can find another land underneath the Lingering Souls somewhere. You never know. I certainly hope they don't get that same curve again. We'll run out the Lingering Souls and hope to just draw an untapped land next turn. Because even if we don't, it's not the worst case scenario. We can just flash it back. I'm going to have the same exact curve as last game if I draw that untapped land for Tower Gargoyle. But being on the play this time certainly helps. No plays from the opponent. Alright. We'll attack in for 2. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to keep the flying beats going if they're not going to do anything. This could just be a Forbidden Alchemy. Well, I guess that would be weird. Crippling Chill end of turn is also kind of awkward. Okay. They still don't have double white. So they can't even entreat the Angels if they miracle. Oh wait, am I thinking... Is that even correct? Maybe not. Main phase Alchemy here in case we hit a Guild Gate. Unless they're going to Venser it. Oh, they're going to rewind my... Okay. What happened to the opponent's deck? I don't even know if that Forbidden Alchemy was worth rewinding. What? Avacyn's Pilgrim, that does give them double white. Arachnus Web, one of my tokens, sure. Alright, well, bashing for 3. And just play Lawkeeper, I suppose. This is a weird game. Herber's Protector? Indeed, okay. I mean, that's not even that bad, especially if I draw a blue source here. Wrong blue source. Wrong blue source. Alright, Seal of Doom, your angel. Bastion for 3 again. Pray to God you don't miracle the Entreat the Angels. I can't beat the Entreat the Angels if they miracle it at this point. It would just be for way too much. No thank you, please. No thank you, please. Penumbra Spider's good versus me. I'm going to keep clocking them, though. I'm going to play the Signet out. Tap down there, Penumbra Spider. Bastion for 3. Oh, there it is. They found a miracle. All right. Yeah. I mean, not much to say here. They just entreated both games. That's all there is to say it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit salty, but miracles are definitely a part of this format and something that you gotta live with. Fortunately for us, we are on the receiving end. Oh god, and just missing those lands was so bad too. Brutality. Brutality, opponent. You got that exile spell. Sever the bloodline? No, I do not. I'm sure the opponent is well-intentioned. I'm sure the opponent is well-intentioned. All right. 4, 8, 12. Can I survive? 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. I go to 2. Not sure what I can draw to kill them on the crackback, though. Yeah. Just got a chump, I think. Do I have any way to add 2 damage? 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. Go to 2. Have to block all of the 3 angels next turn anyways. No, I don't think we have a way to add 2 damage, so. Doesn't really matter, though. Well, that's not going to cut it. And so we will say GG, sirs. Well played. And we're going to end that draft with a 2-1. It took a miracle to beat this deck and some mana screw, but it did, in fact, happen. I still think this deck was insane. And barring this card, we probably couldn't have lost that match. But fun stuff overall. Hopefully you guys still enjoyed this look at Modern Masters. For everybody here at Numot Gaming and on YouTube, thank you for watching this draft, and please check out all of our other content. Take it easy, my friends.